विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Hare Krishna everyone. So we are discussing this very important shloka number 34, chapter 4, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have already covered 6 parts. So please watch all of them and then come back and watch this, so it will make a lot more sense to you what we are discussing. So we were talking about how to approach a guru. So we said as soon as we approach a guru, what should we do? Pranipata, pay obeisances, as a way of indicating our surrender, complete surrender, and then it should be followed by pariprashna. Not just prashna, inquiry, but pariprashna, back and forth, constant inquiry. And how should we pose questions? With humility, with submissiveness, no challenging spirit, and not having preconceived notions. Like sometimes people already have a certain answer in their head, they just want Guru's approval on it. They're not willing to take anything other than what they've already decided in their heads. We should ask with an open mind. And sometimes the Guru may chastise also. We should take it as a blessing, special mercy of the spiritual master. And now, okay, we are inquiring what kind of questions we should ask. So no doubt, even Vedanta Sutra, the very first aphorism is Atato Brahma Jignasa. You inquire, but what should you inquire? Relevant inquiry you make. And what is relevant inquiry? Only that which helps you in your spiritual progress, that is relevant inquiry. Anything that is not related to your spiritual progress, it is irrelevant, useless inquiry. So don't burden the spiritual master with all unwanted questions. And also ask in a way that may benefit others also. Just like Maharaja Parikshit, when he is posing questions in front of Shukadev Goswami is so pleased with the questions of Parikshit. Why? Because he is saying, number one, you are asking about Krishna, which is giving me an opportunity to glorify and speak about the pastimes of the Lord. And number two, you're asking questions that is not only going to do good for you, but it's going to do good for many other people. In fact, the entire humankind. So such should be our inquiry. So once what happened, my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada. So one man, he was asking some questions to Prabhupada. One of his questions was, Prabhupada, can you tell me about what kind of sewage system they had in Dwaraka? You know, he thought he was asking an intelligent question, because he thought the entire city of Dwaraka was amidst ocean, so what kind of sewage system and this and that. And Prabhupada, what did he say? Absurd question. So Prabhupada did not even take the trouble to answer that. He just said, absurd question, ignored it. So how is knowing about sewage system in Dwaraka 5000 years ago, how it was, how will that take you closer to Krishna? So we should know what kind of questions, what kind of inquiry we should make. We should think a little bit before we ask. Just because we are supposed to ask, Krishna is telling do pariprashna, doesn't mean anything and whatever. Of course, it's relevant and fine. Otherwise, we should not. And now, we should not just stop at asking the questions. Sometimes people just go on bombarding questions and questions and questions, hours and hours, and they don't get tired. The thing is, it should be followed by sevaya, extremely important part. Sevaya, rendering service unto the spiritual master. Now again, just like we said, when you do inquiry, what kind of mood, what kind of attitude you should have, even when rendering service also, the mood, the attitude, the consciousness with which we render service is more important than the service itself. And this is where even, some people, in spite of being in devotional life for many, many years, they bring the same material attitude here. Oh, I am the temple president. You better do what I'm telling. I am so-called senior devotee. I've been in the movement for 10 years, 20 years. They may be serving, but the attitude should be right. The consciousness behind it should be right. Or sometimes we may think some front end services are more prominent because it's more visible, it's getting attention. Some background services, maybe some mopping is needed, washing the utensils is needed, some other service is needed, arranging the stage is needed, doing some green room related thing may be needed. And we may think like, oh, those are not so important because that's not getting so much attention. So no, Sevaya, service, first consciousness should be right. Whether it is speaking or whether it is hearing, whether it's a temple president or whether it's a janitor who is cleaning the toilets in the temple. No matter who is doing what, whether somebody is making a garland, somebody is cooking for the Lord, somebody is sewing the clothes for the Lord, somebody is mopping the floor of the temple, somebody is getting the vegetables from the market, and somebody is in a big leadership position taking some major decisions. No matter what service it is, at the end of it, it is service. Krishna doesn't discriminate between whether it is, leadership role or some other role. No, he doesn't have such distinctions. He is only seeing, are you doing it with the proper attitude? Are you doing it with the right consciousness? So Krishna doesn't see your title. Like in a company, somebody is a CEO, somebody is a manager, somebody is just a, new employee. No, Krishna doesn't see your title. Krishna sees your heart. So service is extremely important. So, but first we should do the service in the right attitude, right mode. And then what kind of service we should do? Not just whimsically, I will just do whatever I feel like. No. Service is always to please the master. So we should ask the master, Master, how can I serve you? How can I please you? And when the guru gives the instructions, it is so heavy. Sometimes one instruction of his can become your guiding principle for your whole life, and maybe sometimes even many lives. Like in the case of Srila Prabhupada himself, one instruction from his spiritual master, if you get money, print books. And even before that, the very first time, he had not even, taken initiation, nothing. The very first meeting, he said, you are all such young boys. You should be preaching in English. That's it. That one instruction became his guiding principle, guiding mantra for his whole life. So that is why our Acharya, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, for commentary, in his commentary for Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, sloka number 41, when Krishna is talking about Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhaya vyavasayina. So for this commentary, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, what does it mean to be Vyavasayatmika buddhihi? What does it mean to be single-pointed focus? To focus in serving that instruction of your spiritual master. That is the focus. And when Prabhupada writes about this, he says when he read this commentary, it just transformed him. Then he said, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Koriya Aikya. Whatever my spiritual master has said, whether I'm qualified, not qualified, I'm ready, not ready, it doesn't matter. Whether I have the resources, just work on the instruction of the spiritual master and all the resources will come. So this is the spirit of serving and also what we should do as a way of serving. And that is why beautifully here in the purport, Prabhupada is writing one of my most favorite lines. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. So if we want to advance in spiritual life, which is all, I'm hoping that all of us want to, what is the secret here? Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master. Is your spiritual master satisfied with you? And how will he be satisfied with you? When we do all these things. Pranipata, Pariprashna, Sevaya. So very, very important. So we'll touch upon this a little bit more and we'll try to wrap up this shloka in the next episode. I'm hoping that you are getting a very comprehensive understanding of this particular shloka. Take care until then. Hare Krishna.